I can't understand English because people speak too fast. This is a classic case that I'm going to disprove in just a couple of seconds. The reason that you have issues listening to people that are speaking English and you think that you can't understand them because they're speaking fast isn't because they're speaking fast, is because you are thinking in your native language, trying to decipher what is actually going on. I can speak with a Scottish accent, for example, right? So I can speak like a Scotsman would and do a wee bit of a Scottish impression. And I kind of like the Scottish accent. It's quite a nice one. The problem with the Scottish accent is that it can really quickly become a problem to understand. Point being, I could understand what a Scottish person is saying even without understanding what they're talking about. What do I mean by that? Every single language has a sound signature. Sort of music, if you will. And if you think of it like music, then I'm sure that we can find songs that you understand and know the lyrics of, or at least understand what they're talking about, even though you don't really know the meaning. You can almost feel the emotions. Think of a song from a foreign country. I, for example, know a lot of Italian songs and French songs, and I don't actually know any of the lyrics. But I understand the songs. It's almost like I know what they're singing about. You know, romance and love and death and war and passion. You can feel all those emotions coming through your ears just because it's written in the music. And that is the sound signature of the language. When you're listening to somebody speaking in, for example, this, which is a received pronunciation, British accent, you might have problems because it's not in the same wavelength. Then ask yourself, am I listening to a lot of British content? Am I actually listening to TV shows, movies, music that utilize this accent? Or perhaps you're using more of the American type of TV show and you're more of a fan of this type of accent. It'll actually be real easy for you to listen to this type because maybe you're more inclined for that type of culture. Maybe you understand people from over that side of the pond more because that's the content that you're consuming. Like I mentioned, I don't speak Italian, I don't understand French, and I only speak a little bit of the German. But I understand their culture and I understand their passion and their rhythm. I was also born and raised in a tiny country in Europe called Slovenia. Slovenia is part of the Balkan region, Bosnia, Serbia, Croatia, Bulgaria. And I actually understand all of their languages. Even if I don't understand what they're saying, I can understand the contextual rhythm, music, sound signature of that language. The reason you have a hard time understanding people speak is usually because you're not on the same wavelength as they are. And that requires disconnection from your native culture and surrounding yourself with more videos, music, melodies, text, and sounds of the content from the country, the culture, the music that you want to understand. It's not because they speak too fast. It's because you don't understand the sound signature.